This week on SailAway, join us for a special 5-part series of daily vlogs, detailing each day of our open ocean passage from the Exumas to St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands, all in the hopes of finding friendly waters in which to ride out the COVID-19 crisis, and not really knowing what would await us after being off-grid for 5 days. So meet me on that island, kiss me on that shore. Hey, promise me that we'll sail away, and I'll be yours forevermore. Just promise me that we'll sail away, and I'll be yours forevermore.
Rivers is out having fun with Nona and Grandpa on their last day together in the Bahamas. Way more fun than we're having on the boat. Trying to make all our provisions. Making some hard-boiled eggs I kind of forgot about, so they might not be that great. Hopefully gonna make some hummus, some chickpea things, just things that are easy to eat while we're moving. Eric's just about to go underneath the boat and check and make sure everything's all good. We went to the grocery store today and just kind of bulked up even more than we had enough. I'm sure we had enough food, but since we made our update this morning, there's been some new developments in Puerto Rico, and it looks like no matter what we do, even though we're U.S. citizens going to a U.S. territory, we are probably going to be quarantined on our boat for 14 days after we get there. So even though we're doing a 5-day passage, that doesn't count. So we've got definitely enough food for 20 days. Just might not be the most delicious food. But other than that, I think that's our only update right now.
Just that we don't know where we're going.
Yeah.
We might go to St. Thomas, but we don't know how it's going to change in the 4 days that we're at sea, so who knows what we'll find wherever we go.
How was your bathroom trip? Last one for 5 days, dude.
You did what you needed to do.
Well, that's good. Alright, let's get this dinghy up and get on out of here.
Are you ready to hit the high seas? Yeah? We are almost ready. I'm printing out my poor man's version of a grid file. 20 pages of every 6 hours printed of the windy forecast. Should do the trick for us for what we're doing. The wind looks good. It's very calm right now, which we kind of knew it would be. We had a nice goodbye meal with Alibi and Encore. And looks like they're sitting on their boats waiting to wave us off. We said we were shooting for 7, which would mean 8, and it's now 8. Only minor glitch. I realized too late that our MFD on the boat is not updated with the Caribbean charts. We have all the charts for both my phone and the iPad, and I mistakenly thought I also had it for the MFD. So, no big deal. We still got 2 backups. And other than that, I think we're ready to shove off. Kind of anxious. We have changed our plans to go to St. Thomas now because we've heard some bad stuff about Puerto Rico. Some people are kind of being told to leave, some people aren't. Some people are being allowed to check in, some people aren't. So everything we've heard of St. Thomas, we have some friends there, is that everything there is still pretty open. No problems with people, U.S. citizens especially, checking in. So it's not that much farther from this point to go to St. Thomas than it is to go to Puerto Rico. So that's where we're headed. I guess we'll find out what we get when we get there. Do we look nervous? No, it's no big deal. Just sailing 5 days to St. Thomas. 2.5 days farther than we've ever sailed. It's cool. Alright, go for it. I miss you guys. Wish they were all coming with us.
Do you like moving?
Yeah. But this one.
Just a little bit? Yeah.
Well, we are well into day one of our big passage to St. Thomas. St. Thomas is just a bit east of Puerto Rico. All the U.S. Virgin Islands are right there. So from this distance and the angle, it doesn't add a ton of time to get to St. Thomas instead of Puerto Rico. I think it's 4 or 5 hour difference maybe, which over the course of 4 or 5 days is not that much. So that's where we're headed, and it's about 700 miles. Like I said, it's a little farther than Puerto Rico, so now we're looking at, if we really pressed and tried to get 6.5 knots or better, we would still be getting there pretty close to sunset, if not after it. So we're going to try to keep up pretty good speed, but we're not going to feel quite as pressed. We'll most likely slow down a little bit once we get there and shoot for getting in at daylight on Sunday. So we are well on our way, and here's what we got left to go. So we just left Cat Island, and we've just rounded the corner. Pretty much are on a course straight for St. Thomas right now. And it's a long way. I have already run our jack lines on either side with just the two of us and Rivers. We've pretty much made a pact to always be tethered on when we go up front, if it's even rough at all. Anytime one of us is up here alone at night, we always will be tethered in. So it's just two crew. We try to play it a little safer than most when it comes to clipping in. Other than that, just enjoying a very calm motor sail right now. Currently all we've got is 5 knots of wind, pretty much off our beam. Zeke is the least excited crew member right now, because he's going to have to recall how to pee on the pad. Can't be holding it on this one, bud. What's going on down here? He's going to be asleep in about a minute. fancy. What would you like for your fancy ramen lunch today? We got soy sauce, lime chili shrimp, picante beef. I guess that's all the fancy things.
I think I want some lime chili shrimp today. Delicious.
Bon appetit. It's gonna be a week of weird eating, I think. The whole family on the bow. You like your tether? Yeah, it's pretty nice. Keep you safe. It's gonna look like this for a while. We're passing Conception Island over there. Unfortunately, we did not get to go check that out. Some other year, maybe.
I went to sail all the way to a different island.
Well, you're in luck. We're going to a long way off island.
What is it called?
St. Thomas. So I just came back to the cockpit to do a little quick check on the chart, just see how we're doing. We are currently sailing over top of 12,000 feet of water. 12,000 feet of water is underneath us. I'm trying to remember how high the mountain peaks were out west. It was somewhere in the 11,000 foot range. And we now have that underneath us. That is kind of freaky. So I just kind of like leapt forward a little bit in our route, and this 12,000 feet is nothing. We're going to be crossing the Puerto Rico Trench when we cross over to the islands. It's 26,000 feet deep. But I mean, even right here in this deep water, I've never seen water this color before. It's unbelievable. So we were just able to finally turn off the motor. We were motor sailing for a while there, hand steering a little bit just for something to do. We got about 9-10 knots of wind, doing about 5.5 knots. It's nice. Currently I've got us sailing just a little fat of our rum line, just so we can get a little bit nicer angle and actually sail instead of having to motor sail more into the wind. You don't want it too much in front and you don't want it too much behind, or it's tough to go anywhere. So that is the status right now. No complaints. Lauren is downstairs whipping up some chickpea fiesta. She's making a bunch of hummus, and she's making some roasted chickpeas also. A little something to snack on, because that's all we've been doing. That's all. Troops are good. Everybody's just kind of chilling.
Almost nighttime. Setting this kid up with the movie downstairs. It's about 7 o'clock. I think Eric's going to take the first watch. He's going to do from 9 to 12, and then I'll get up and do from 12 to 3, and then I'll get up again 3 to 6, and I'll finish off the day-night shift at 6. Feeling pretty good about it. So far so good, nothing crazy happened. Weather's been really awesome. 4 more days and we'll get there. See what kind of regulations have happened in the time that we don't have any internet. on faith, and everything will be alright. So, we'll be good. How you feeling, Zeke? You gotta go on your mat tonight.
Well, sunset has passed, and we're about to settle in for our first night on our passage. First day went very well. Didn't get a ton of sailable wind. We're still motor sailing now. Kind of a good type of day to get started with. Nothing too crazy. Weather was pretty mild. Good to have a day like that to settle into the rhythm and not just get thrown around on the first day. We had a nice, lovely dinner of boiled egg sandwiches, fruit cups. Now, Lauren and Rivers are settling in to watch a movie. Not sure what this is, Mamma Mia maybe? That's about all for now. We will talk to you guys sometime in the middle of the night. Peace. Join us tomorrow for day 2 of our journey, when the winds and the seas pick up. Drifted away on an ocean. Thank you all so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't, ring the bell, and give us a like. And if you'd like to support us further, please check out our Patreon page in the link below. Cheers. But I'll be listless and lonely if I didn't have you to hold me as the sun sets and miles roll by.